Hello, Rick27 and welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, as we rejoin the campaign of Jebediah Leslie, and we jump straight back into the action on the second day of the Battle of Sperryville. A very close run affair it is indeed. So just as a wee bit of a refresh, we're attacking a Union force here. About 10,000 men apiece. We have lost slightly more casualties, mainly owing to frontal assaults upon their earthwork positions. But we have driven them back onto the objective, and as day 2 dawns, the Confederate forces look like we're going for another frontal assault. Everyone seems to be a little bit knackered, including ourselves, so we all need a little bit of time to rest the fatigue. I'm not entirely sure what happened, because obviously we had just had a night time. We came back in the morning, and for some reason everybody's knackered, so it might be a bit of a slow start, and I do fear for the lead elements of the Confederate force here. More importantly, in the first day of Sperryville, we kind of, or Jebediah here, really learned what it meant to be an effective cavalry commander. Spent his days in the rear of the Union armies, harassing their retreating men, inflicting casualties, and more importantly, not routing. So we do have some defamation of a character, which we will need to try and correct. I'm confident we can get to that. Let me just kick up speed a little bit here. So we have been ordered to take up position here on Mason Hill, which seems a bit silly, although have they pulled all the way back? Oh, so they actually have surrendered the objective. Can you decide where you want me? Alright, fine, I will come over here, just because I would quite like to get the old, so that's a juicy target as well. But I'll listen to my betters, my commanders. I will come and receive. Hopefully we'll restore some fatigue as well. Is there a take your time order? I know there's a double time order. Double time! No, right. Hopefully this gentle stroll across the countryside is not too much for them. Okay, now it does look like we've got some Confederate forces. I would like to be the one that took that. It is worth some prestige points. And you know me, we're all about the prestige. Okay, let's kick speed up a little bit. What? Can you not just walk straight there, please? What crazy pathfinding is this? I don't really know what the intent is behind mustering here, but I'll leave the great and good to do that, and then we're going to head off and see if we can't capture the point. But it may prompt a response from Union, it may not. Unfortunately, but seeing everyone march back and forth, I'm worried they're just going to tire themselves out. Although we don't have quite as many little fatigue symbols as the Union does, which is promising. Right. Speed up a little bit more till we get into position. Hey, okay. What is my current orders? Lieutenant Colonel, I request you support the 3rd Brigade as a reserve. Well, I've done that, and now I will ignore your orders. I'm going to head over this way, because we might be able to nab the point and keep the score ticking in our general direction. I do need to stand still at some point and cover some fatigue. But we'll see if we can't sneak our way in here first. I think the Confederates are going for the age-old strategy of a piecemeal assault of their of their forces. Okay, they are sending in infantry to secure now. Not many, but certainly more than we can deal with. Okay, that is fine. Let's just hold position back in this forest, and we shall recover our wind. Good. Right, we'll kick speed up a little bit because, well, we'll just hang around. I'll slow down once the engagement starts because time compression and morale counts and things apparently go a bit wonky. Again, we're doing this, I say we, our great Confederate leaders are doing this very small scale attack against the bulk of the Union lines. I'm not convinced it's going to be particularly successful, but we came into this battle, well no, after halfway through the first day we thought it might be a loss. But they've done relatively well so far, so I'll not judge them just yet. Okay, we have recovered up to tired, which is good. First engagement's underway. I mean, are you really just stomping on in yourself? Okay. Get some pickets and some forces. I mean, really, we should push them off Mason Hill itself, secure the objective, and go from there. You boys are going to get absolutely slaughtered. Oh, what a picture. I like that. Turner Ashby Jr., a fine-looking chap indeed. A brave but foolish man, who marched his 850 men to their certain doom, facing off against many, many times his number in federal muskets. Yeah, this is... getting absolutely murdered. Well, I guess that's going to push us into defeat. I think this will be potentially over 2,000 by the time you get out here, and no doubt you'll have broken as well. You might see off the Maryland battery here. I'm not sure I would call that a success. And there you go. I see you broke before taking too many casualties, which is about the only saving grace. And the rest of your division can be thrown piecemeal into the ground. Excellent. Well, we shall stand. So I'll tell you what I will do. If they're just going to keep throwing units ever so slowly forward, I'll maybe let them do it. Okay. And I will come back when we have rested and perhaps are maybe able to do something to assist. So we've got all the way to just after noon. Our fighting has been entirely constrained to this small area, with these 3 regiments being thrown to the grinder by Mr. Johnson. And not much more than that, to be honest. We are, of course, all back and fully rested and raring to go, but there's not a great deal of use for us. I did kind of scout out the lines which are visible. We are not chunky enough really to force any of these infantry regiments off the objective, nor is there anyone kind of broken and we go harass as we did on day 1. Maybe worth lurking back there to see if it happens, but given the small scale of the Confederate attack thus far, only thing that have been broken are detachments. I've not seen actual regiments broken. So, a bit of a damp affair. I wonder if our great and our good are going to get these 3 regiments destroyed and then decide that's enough of the fighting. Casualties just under 2,000 for ourselves, just bang on the nose, 1,500 there for the enemy. So getting slightly worse, as expected when you engage head on with a small number against a larger force. And so I wait. Okay, finally we have an opportunity to get ourselves involved without too much of a risk of losses in ourselves. As you can see, the French are now pushing forward in a reasonable strength. I mean, you haven't really responded. So this 21st Pennsylvania is exposed here. It's about half the size of the 13th Georgia it's being attacked by, so we're going to come in and hopefully hit it on the flank a little bit and help convince them it's time to break and run away. Now, given there's fence lines here, and I know the cavalry's had some issues on fence lines before, I probably won't charge in some and cross it, just in case we end up doing something silly with our pathfinding and I end up getting broke. Routed, I should say. That's not what we're trying to do. Ah, I made my engage at will order. Oh, that was quite a lot of prestige straight off the bat. I will take that. Okay, so we're happy to sit here, I suppose, since we're in the saddle, and pour some fire into the flank of these fine gents until they break and run. And there's no one really to threaten us. They're now down to a single regiment with their detachment out front, protecting the point. Still too much for us to go and take on their own. At the very least, we can help this push here from... are you correctly commanded by Mr. Johnson? No, Colonel... oh no, it's the second brigade. Yeah, Colonel Francis Bartow is the one leading this brigade's attack. I think I keep calling division, as I will do it for this entire playthrough, because I'm used to things being divisions and not regiments. Or divisions and not brigades, and regiments not... Yeah, do you know what? I'll stop. Good. I wonder how long they stand effect. 350. There's not many of them. We can give you a little bit more prestige. More importantly, positive kind of combat experience and fame to help get rid of that defame star we've got. Oh, they broke actually. 7th, 13th. Okay. We'll see if these boys advance. No, they're going for a wee nap. It's been a hard day. Oh, we broke them. Excellent. That's really good. Right, we will fall back into the wood line. They're probably going to... there's one more unit. I'd love to kind of follow up and cavalry charge into the back of them. And a few more men, 150 or so. I'd be tempted to go and take them on, but although our weapon is also trash. Right, they're just engaging a detachment here, which is not really interesting enough for us to get involved in. Basically, it's being pushed back. Still very much a minor defeat. Yeah, still a bit 500 casualties in their favour. We could attempt to maybe deal with this detachment over here. Let's swing around this side. Just try and help protect the flanks of this Confederate attack. Especially because they're low on ammo, which is going to impact the fire rate. How I know that as a Confederate soldier, I don't know. But let's not argue. Would be tempted just to give these guys a cold steel. But despite them being on foot, they can sometimes make it surprisingly far before you catch them, and then you end up like in front of the lines and take several volleys of musket fire. Apparently we're moving double quick. I shall not ask why. Right, move in. Camby's detachment. Let's see if we can scare him off. Well, that seemed to have little to no effect. Dare I risk a glorious charge? Go for it. They respond almost immediately. That was good. They didn't get particularly far actually. Although we stopped short for some reason. Okay, let's put back. So we only lost one man. We went from 7 to 8 casualties in there. Oh, a few more they turn and flee. So 3 men. That's not the worst. I don't know why we kind of seemed to get up to them and they moved back and we didn't actually engage in melee. There's a little bit of finickiness, I think, with the melee combat sometimes. Definitely doesn't feel as productive a day as the first one. Oh, you are a little bit exposed there. I wonder. Do I abandon my post here and we can maybe try and work our way around? Yeah, I think that's exactly what we're doing. Right. Here we go. Should be off the roads, yeah. We'll let these gents continue and we'll see if we can get ourselves around to that routed unit. We do have to worry about their friends. So these gents are pulling back anyway. Right, well, we'll have to go a bit faster since we're in no active combat right now. Still a bulk of a Confederate army just sitting here, chilling. No need to get involved. Why are we trying to rescue a victory from the jaws of defeat? Right. Let's see if we can come in here. we know there's another unit essentially here. Nope, another head-on Confederate assault. Same units, no rest for them. Oh, boys. You're actually falling back further, which really plays into my hands. A bit close to... Ah, they got a volley off! They must have recovered to a certain extent. Excellent. Run away. Friends are coming. Run. Good. We lost 9 men in that. I'm sure we inflicted more casualties, I've got to check, but that was good. Gotta keep the Union on my toes, remind them we're here. Nah, we're winded in. Right, we'll hang out here and get our wind back as they continue their suicidal attacks. Alright, so that Confederate assault has now been well and truly broken. All 3 infantry regiments are running for the hills. The day is coming to a close, and I suspect that we will retreat overnight when it does. I'm just going to fall back here to my lines. I don't think there's much more we can do. That was from a personal perspective, the day was okay. We've got a little prestige, we didn't take too many casualties, we can deal with that. From a Confederate perspective, that was god-awful. I'm not entirely sure what their plan is. Bringing up all the guns now. I mean, we've had some good gunnery just kind of working away. Looks like we're going for a bit of a nighttime assault again on these Union soldiers here. Why we're not trying to push them off the point, I don't know. So you're using a fence line. That should have been our, essentially, step 1, thrust up, take Mason Hill Road, defensive position, and then either choose to invite them to attack or engage ourselves. But not to be. No, we're still going for it. 1 unit is enemy. Oh, now the rest of the division's falling up. Okay. It's a bit better. Still not really the full frontal Confederate assault that we would like. It would have been handy had this happened in conjunction with the other attack. But let us not expect them to learn. Let's give us a little bit. I know it messes slightly with the morale. I feel like we're just about at the end of the day. I've broken those guys, that's good. A little response here from the Union. Okay, so I think the day ends at 7. I dare say we are not going to take part in anything else. Let me jump forward to the end of the day. Okay, it is 7 o'clock. Let's see if it will be a day, another day of fighting, or a tactful retreat. Another day of fighting. And they are just going to kick things off immediately having left it. Interesting. Confederates being gluttons for punishment here. Got a reasonable mass of troops at least. They will take disproportionate casualties against all these detachments. The point is definitely looking exposed. Just not quite exposed enough. We have 0 orders, okay. Well, let's meander over here. See if the opportunity presents itself in amongst the front. Hopefully our boys do a good show. These guys have been under fairly withering artillery fire, but it's not... Oh, well, it's not withering, I think it's a problem. Fairly constant artillery fire. Any way, shape, form of infantry unit we could break them. Just plonk an infantry unit in front, cavalry in the side or rear. Job should be a good one. Yeah, I mean, we could come round and do some flanking stuff, but again, these are only detachments. It does tend to impact our effectiveness. A good overview. You're not known for personal courage, but at least you're surrounded by courageous people, like the young Kuru and your staff. While these are running in the battlefield, delivering your wisdom in the form of orders, you may remain a bit further back, from where you have a better overview of things will be developed. Out of harm's way, you can be sure that no bullet will catch you today. Okay. Seems a little unjust. I'll take it. Right, we'll take the speed up a little bit. Are we over 20% yet? Yeah, 23%. Oh, this is heading towards a major defeat. Reserve. Deploy in reserve. Okay. I'll do the trip backwards and forwards. Pick up my prestige. Pray that our leadership makes some better decisions. Yeah, we're into major defeat territory. I think we'll be okay because we'll inflict over 19% on the casualties, which means it just becomes minor again. Oh, yes sir, I will move up. Oh, looks like that's starting to be contested a bit more. Seriously guys, just... I don't know who's shooting you. Drop an infantry unit. Take the point. Where are you lads off to? Okay, let's see if we can engage him in the flank. Assist a little bit. Deploy to engage. Done. There is your enemy, sir. If nothing else, we give him a modifier for hitting the flank and having cavalry in the flank, which makes him nervous. So maybe they'll break that a little bit sooner. And we've been asked to retreat. Do we have an objective for that, or just a... Yeah, we do have an objective for that. Very well. Oh, well, okay. Retreat I shall. So there's one thing this makes abundantly clear to me. We absolutely need to be in control of more units so we can better influence the outcome of battles. Don't break. Don't you dare break. Oh, you son of a... That's wild. We didn't... Okay. Well, so much for recovering our defamed status. Can't believe we broke. Okay, well, it's fine. Okay, so we got 201 prestige, which is a pretty good daily office. Half the casualties, half the combat zone, essentially. We had wrote that unit and we did take an objective. Jolly good. Of course, not so good the fact that we as a Confederate lost the battle. So indeed it was a major defeat. Now, I will have to take some blame, I think, for this, because we did, of course, engage. It was a siege, and we clicked the button that allowed us to start the assault, which I think is humorous given our position in life. Now, I did want to look at what it was going to cost us to get promoted. 600. That's about half our prestige. I am tempted to do it at this stage, just so we can see what it would cost to then usurp our commander. And of course, you want to do it a bit earlier, because the longer we leave it, the more expensive it gets, because his army, etc., gets bigger. I can't quite do it because we're in the middle. Okay. Avanti. I did my best with what I had, but we lost the battle and are retreating. A chest wound? I fear I've received permanent lung damage. Oh, I'm wounded. Well, that's no good. Perhaps I will hold off on promotion until I'm healed. Oh, this Jebediah is not having good war. Defamed, wounded. Alright. Oh, apparently I got some prestige in the middle of that somehow. Right, let's fall back. I was wounded. The pain is excruciating. So while this is all going, we're going to look at the overall situation. As you can see, there's this Union pocket that we were attempting to clear out. We've got another pocket down here in Lexington. We have pushed them all the way back to Washington though, which is good. We're slowly regaining control of Sperryville and the Shenandoah Valley. These guys obviously don't have supplies coming through to them at the minute. That's just an army on paper, but you're trying to get 30,000 men there. And looks like they have pulled out 4th Division, okay. Looks like we've got Sperryville surrounded. Okay, well that's be a good exercise to kind of push in and crush them. Ah, party! Don't mind if I've got a gaping chest wound, but excellent. So we're up to 1.6 K prestige. How long am I wounded for? Does it tell me? Does not appear to tell me how long I will be wounded for. Okie dokie. Winter season. Ah, yes. Oh, well, at least that gives me ample time to convalesce. Our Navy are losing battles, unfortunately. And we are attacking Fort Monroe. Okay, down here, north of Norfolk. Alright, well, I think there's not much else to do but to wait. That we're chasing that Union army out of the Confederacy. And it's just 8,000 men at Sperryville. Oh, we lost Fort Monroe. It's disappointing. How's our army recovering? Yeah, slowly. It'll take a while to get readiness. At least it is winter. Now, we could, of course, send my lads home to recuperate, but I don't think we've lost that many from our initial... Where's the numbers here? I think we're up at 300, so we have dropped off a little bit. Especially if we're aiming to, hopefully, move on. It's quite cheap. I mean, it's not particularly... Oh, you've got carbines. How much does that cost? 57. That might be worth it. Unless I can... Oh. On the phone. I can get ones here. So what have we got? We've got the Frank Wesson carbine. 200 yards, 9 rounds a minute. Got the Burnside carbine. Similar, essentially slightly cheaper. Smith carbine, which is a slower rate of fire. We do have Colt revolving rifles. No, I think we probably want one of these two. So presumably these ones are captured. Since we aren't producing them. No, this is production. Okay, anyway, let's go for the Frank Wesson carbine. Massive upgrade to our current... Okay, so let's upgrade. Sweet. Let's look what we were rocking originally. Mixed cavalry was still doing yards, but yes, we've tripled our rate of fire, so that should allow us to do a little bit more of the kind of light cavalry work. Now, how does that compare, if you please, to the... No, I don't want it over a infantry mob. The musket ranges. So I've still got about 100 yards on me. Anyone with mixed muskets we can snipe out. Springfield muskets. Well, we outrange a Springfield musket. Okay, that's good. So unless they've got rifled muskets, we can outrange them and we can start sniping them. Alright. I think that's going to make our life much better. Although potentially not until January. And it costs us a little bit of prestige, but I think that's worth it. Don't want to just get promoted. Yeah, do you know what? Well, no, let's recover from our wound and then we'll go for promotion, I think. And then we'll see what it's going to cost to get Jeb's job. Ah, Jefferson Davis, new president. I wonder if they're actually managing to get any troops here. No, we still say it's just 20,000 men on paper, but no one in reality. Okay, right, well, I will sit here over winter and... Oh. Do nothing. Okay, our chest wound has recovered. We aren't disfigured. Let's go for it. Let's influence our promotion. Lost a huge chunk of prestige. Congratulations, you've now been promoted to Colonel. You can apply for the following commands. Huzzah! Colonel Leslie. Also means we're back to being bad at our job. Can I get more stuff now? Well, that's not really important. We've still got a rake of money, actually. So we continue to study tactics, which increases your cunning, which is our worst stat, so it's probably not bad doing that. Throwing a party, I think, is always good, so let's kick that one off. Oh yeah, you can only do one at a time. I forget. Alright, we'll study tactics first then. I may regret that when I look at the army and find out how much it costs to get promoted, or to steal Stuart's promotion. What's the number? 215, that's all it is. Absolutely. Haha! We now have a brigade. Excellent. So we've got the 1st Virginia. So they've got 200 cavalry with carbines. We've got the 7th Virginia, which also has lovely carbines. We've got a battery, and we do have some soldiers. Can we upgrade these? No. I want to get rid of them eventually. I don't know if we can. Can we transfer them places? Maybe. Could probably just disband at some point. Do I have the ability to raise new units? I do not. Do I have the ability to steal units? It would not appear so. Units does it cost me? Or are you just not able? It looks like we might just not be able to do that, which is a shame. Shame, because I'd really like to strengthen this into kind of core cavalry unit. But I may need yet another promotion and to actually create a standalone army. I don't know how to play around with some things, but I think we have a good chunk of units now where I think we can kind of get the job done. Okay, this pleases me. I'm probably also, because I think we'll end up staying at this level for a little bit. Should get a few of these people in. Okay, you command of an HQ. Yes. Fine. I was in command of Leslie's brigade, a fine unit. Of course it is. These gents are quite expensive, but I think we would make us a bit more effective, and we are fairly bad at our job, so let me just fill them in. Spend our prestige lavishly at this point. Okay, good. That'll do. And we do need to become a bit better at this rank. Colonel Stewart. Ah, yes, he's probably upset because I stole his job. But I'm sure he'll get another one. Excellent. Right, I will winter here, and I'll see you on the other side. So, we haven't got very far. It's still mid-November. We might be in a fight. And I say that with some confusion, as I was under the understanding that we were within the army of the Shenandoah. And I know Porterfield's division is a subunit of the army of Shenandoah, but I thought we were directly under, is it Joseph V. Johnson? Well, let's find out. And of course I can't check the OB when the battle screen pops up, so it may be that they've moved us around. Our brigade has been reallocated to Porterfield even. It's another close one. We're up against McClellan, he's got 11,000 men. We only have 9,040. I'll have to be pretty on it with our little carbines if we're going to make a difference. All, what, 400 of them? Okay. Apparently we are here. Show me. Well, you see, my name's not on here. I'm so confused right now. Go away. Yeah, I'm not here. I didn't think it was here. Okay. Well, I'll fast forward through this one and I'll maybe see you outside. When we jump in if something particularly interesting happens. But as it stands, I'm just watching the eye fight. Okie dokie. So I thought I'd just give you a quick update on how the battle's gone, because it has been vaguely interesting. The Confederates spent essentially a day and a half marching across the map to get to Payne's Mountain here. Took that uncontested. The Union had essentially were holding a line just this side of Bald Mountain. Once the Confederates had kind of gathered themselves, they then pressed on and attacked straight into the Union positions here. I was a little bit worried because there was a lot of bitty attacks. In fact, we had a single cavalry charged out in front of everyone else straight into an artillery piece. But interestingly, McClellan here has, and is exhausting his men doing so, keeps retreating his men in such a way he did leave a number of artillery units exposed, which are now being picked off. It has not contested the point, and it's just kind of falling back. Some questionable tactics from McClellan there. Maybe he's worried they're severely outnumbered, despite what the game's saying. So I think it's going down as a Confederate victory. I think we may end up with more casualties. Oh no, 1,000 casualties. Okay, so those melee attacks on the charges into the artillery batteries here, although they're not particularly big. I'm surprised we managed to cause so many casualties already, actually. Oh well, this is definitely going to be a victory. Unfortunately, one I played no part in. But c'est la vie. Tell you, this has been a strangely wild engagement. So last time you guys were here, the fighting was all up near Bald Mountain on day 2. Union were falling back, taking large casualties. Nighttime fell on day 2. On day 3, the Confederates had pulled back to this side of Payne's Mountain. The Union forces were still up here. Nobody moved. Entire third day. It just slowly ticked towards a Confederate minor victory. Then, start of day 4, the Confederates for some reason have pulled back again, as you see south of Payne's Mountain, and now the Union are on the attack. They've recaptured both objectives and are now kind of pressing the Confederates. I'm interested to see if they keep coming forward or if they just stand there now they've got the objective, or if the Confederates kind of counterattack. I'm not sure. I still think it's definitely very much leaning towards Confederate victory. As you see, the casualties are almost 2.5 to 1 in favour of the Confederates. After all the artillery losses in the first day, I think the Confederates have much more guns. And stop running away! Attack! It's like 75 men and your entire army ran away from it. Which is what the Union did the first time. Very peculiar. Okay, now looks like they're on a bit of an offensive. And they may counterattack into the Union forces. Honestly, it's hard to tell which way these fights are going to go just because the AI commanders are so illogical at times. Right, I don't know what this cavalry's doing, just getting yourself shot for those things. Yeah, let me slow the game down also. Panic a little bit. Okay, oh, you're up here on your own, alright. We'll see where it goes. Okay, anyway, I'll not force you guys to watch it because I'm not even taking part of it as my unit. Which has been quite frustrating to have to sit and watch this, but so let me. Okay, a full and relatively coherent Confederate counterattack is underway. Let's see that unit is pulled back. But I'm fairly confident this should be enough for them to kind of get the job done now. I think once you break a couple more units, the majority of the Union army is going to start falling apart, especially if they get these ones involved in the flank as well. But maybe they're starting to regret their fight. Oh, we should anyway, right, I will jump forward to the end though and I'll let you know how it turned out. And there we have it. In the end, the Confederates did come out ahead, inflicting 2,200 casualties and take 1,200 of their own. So, an interesting but somewhat irrelevant battle in terms of our own career. Excellent, so that was a good victory up here by the Porterfield's division. I still don't really know why it called me into that. It's an interesting one. I wonder if it's, well, it's obviously a bug of some description. But there we go. Right, however, that is probably time for this episode. So we shall call things to a close there. And when we come back, I may have advanced time a bit, because if we're just going to sit in Winchester for the next few months, we have a proper little winter hat on. We do. So I suspect we're going to be here until the turn of the year. So I may come back many months in advance if our unit does not move, and I'll catch up with you then. So I'll see you later. Cheerio!